chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat. Chit chat with QT. Cuties! Hello! How are you guys? Let me move this, but I got some questions for Carlos King. For real, for real. What does Martell Holt have on you? I'm going to go ahead and remove that for now. Give me 1 second. And it's probably not going to be such a jolly, upbeat live. And we'll discuss. Let me say hello to each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Shout out to the cutie mods in the building. Shout out to the cutie crew in the building. And shout out to the cuties. If you guys have not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Also, make sure you are subscribed. Also, make sure that notification bell is hit, click, whatever it is. Make sure that you hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I drop videos or lives or all of the above. It's been a sad day for me, guys. It really, really has. While we were live last night, Cutie Crew, what an awesome, I say it every time, but I mean it every time. What an awesome members only live last night. But when we got to the end, that's when the news broke as far as these court documents. I'll get into it. So I'm not gonna, and I apologize to you guys, I'm not gonna say hello to each and every one of you like I try to do, but I hope you guys know that I appreciate you each and every time you click the link, each and every time you drop down in the comment section. I appreciate all of your support, whether it's been gift and memberships, super chats, super stickers, or cash apps. I really, really do. But this is serious for me. So I'm just going to get right into it. My heart has been heavy. It's a lot of things that I don't want to say it's due to my ignorance, but it's due to me not really wanting to go behind walls, on other channels, out of respect for the content creators, because sometimes your memberships is for your members, but sometimes things may be shared anyway. When it comes to some of the details that's been released, that's gone national, I did not know of everything. Some things, yes, but everything I did not know. Now, I know that a lot of us in this sector of YouTube share a lot of like minded individuals as far as content creators. And I'm sure some of you may have heard the details, but I am going to go over the documents in a second. But before I get there, I do want to put this up. This is the DV hotline. The DV hotline. I will say right off the top, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. But if anybody needs to talk to anybody, if you've experienced any type of AB use, if it's been domestic, mental, physical, whatever the case may be, make sure that you reach out. You can reach out to me, honestly. I mean that. Um, you can reach out to me, but the DV hotline is on the screen. You can also text 88788 for support as well. This shit ain't nothing to play with. I'm just going to say that from the start. This is nothing to downplay. I want to say that too. I wouldn't care if it happened 10 years ago. It's relevant. It's relevant. And as I put in the chat, for those of you that's coming in, please make sure any of your comments follow YouTube guidelines. Please make sure there aren't any threatening words or anything that could be considered bullying or anything like that. If you can do that for me, that would be great. But first, I just want to say this: shout out to the humans with morals. Morals. Shout out to you guys. And also, shout out to the bloggers that's number one, refusing to let this die down. Number two, not being afraid to speak out about it because this is an active, current case. The Revenge P is an active, excuse me, current case. So, for those that say this is personal when it comes to Martell Holt, or this is personal because women just hate men, that's not the case. Martell Holt just so happens to be on a REAL real reality show. Okay, and that's why he's covered. And my thing is this: I've heard commentary when it comes to other folks that's experiencing things, that's celebrities recently from certain content creators. And if you can report on that, you can report on this. I mean, that's just how I feel. So, um, Carlos King, it is my opinion that Martell Holt absolutely has something on your ass. Okay. So, the excuse that you gave when you said in your messy Mondays, one of them recently, I refuse to talk about anything when it comes to my show while we are taping. Sir, you've had downtime for years because this has been going on for years. So you can't even use that excuse that the only reason why I'm not talking about things is because we're taping. Y'all get breaks, okay? And it's disgusting to me. It really, really is. But for Carlos not to address anything when it comes to Martell Holt is low. And that anything that I'm speaking of is what's going on when it comes to the AB use that is documented. That's all up in the news. You know, Carlos will touch on some things for ratings. We've seen that. for ratings. At the reunion, he'll ask a couple questions. That's about it. That's about it. But what we have seen is him not do anything when it comes to Martell. If firing him is too much, if you gave Destiny a break, I really feel like that Martell has deserved a break every season because of something. But we are talking about children. Children. And I'm just going to really, really keep it a buck. And I'm definitely not trying to speak anything into existence. If something drastic happens to those children or male, Carlos King, your ass got blood on your hands. For real. Because you would rather try to ice Mel out, force her to quit, all of that. You'll have blood on your hands. To the cast members that refuse to speak up, same thing applies for me. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I want to say shout out to Brown Skin Girl, the Gossip Girls as well. All of the Brown Skin is a part of the Gossip Girls. Tay, drop the mic. Shout out to them. And shout out to DJ Richie Sky as well. DJ Richie Sky is what I consider a big content creator. He got more subscribers than a lot of us over here that discuss this on a regular. And when I watched, because I've been upset since last night, I'm just going to keep it real. But when I watched DJ Richie Sky get choked up from this, that did something for me. You know, it's a lot of men that support Mel. It's a lot of men that support Mel when it comes to subscribers, followers on her Instagram, all of the above. But you know, for me, I always get a little choked up when I see men really be affected. But how could you not? How could you not? Man, woman, how could you not? On the real, set aside personal feelings for whatever you may feel when it comes to Mel. If you don't like her, you don't like her. Ain't nobody tripping about that. She's not. If you don't like her, you don't like her. But for people to try to downplay the seriousness of what we've witnessed is absolutely crazy to me. So shout out again to those content creators. If you guys have not watched their videos, make sure to go over to their channels. Again, Brown Skin Girl, the Gossip Girls, DJ Richie Sky. But I want to say shout out to Urban Bell Magazine. I'm not going to read. Let me do this first. I'm not going to read their publication, but Urban Bell hits national markets. And they wrote up a story today when it comes to the fans being outraged by the accusations made about Martell Holt in court documents. In court documents. And I want to say this. When it comes to Mel, we've discussed this 1,000 times. And I have seen her extend an olive branch to Martell Holt several times. How? Do people want to know how? Let's start off when she filed for divorce. And let's start off with when the divorce was granted. When the divorce was granted, Mel didn't file for divorce and ask for full custody of those kids. She didn't do that. She also didn't ask for child support for those kids. That's an olive branch. Because I wouldn't give a damn if I was only able to get $100 a month. Guess what? Per child, that's $400. You're going to give me something. She didn't do that. She didn't do that at all. Didn't ask for full custody, but guess who did? Because, Mr. Man is the one that started the court proceedings initially himself, wanting full custody of those kids. So for people to say that, oh, she hate him, oh, she's just scorned, or she's bitter. No, she's not. She could have been, after he wouldn't let her take beds and clothes and purses and furs and anything out the house. She could have been. And if she would have been, I would have understood. But an olive branch, I ain't even gonna trip about that. If me and my kids gotta lay down on these air mattresses for now, or if me and my kids gotta walk into this empty home with no furniture for now, if that's what we gotta do, that's what I'll do. And she still didn't take him for child support. Still didn't ask for full custody. How did they end up in court again? Mr. Martell Holt. Mr. Martell Holt. But as I mentioned, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Because some of you reached out to me via DM and said that you were triggered. Some of you that experienced abuse of any kind have reached out or spoken about it in our members only live or all of the above. This is a trigger for a lot of people. And when people didn't have a voice when they were currently going through things, there is nothing wrong with people discussing it, getting support for it. And when it comes to those that are mellometers, supporters of male, and if we happen to talk about it, guess what? That's support for her. I'm not even a mother. And I understand what she is going through trying to protect her children. So, again, trigger warning. I am going to read these court documents, and I'll say this. I'm not going to leave them up on the screen, but everybody got them. Again, this made national news, but I'm going to read from the paperwork. So like I said, this is not a joke, but trigger warning, trigger warning. Let me say, first of all, Martell, this is the only position you need to be in. You don't need to be in nobody's bed. You don't need to be dropping down saying some Mrs. Holt. You don't need to be doing nothing but praying for forgiveness after the shit that I read up in here. I mean, that's just real talk. The act should be over. The act really should be over. And the longer he acts like there is not a problem, then the longer this will go on. I put in this live before we even started, prayers going up to Melody, Shari, and her children. Because I know how hard it is just to keep on keeping on, keep on keeping on for the sake of your children, before probably for her before herself. A lot of the actions that I think or the things that she's doing is for the sake and benefit of her children, even before herself. I made a post yesterday when I shared the brown skin girls video and the gossip girls video. And I said, people are worried about the support that Mel receives. And I'm just wondering how come the court system won't give her support. A lot of times, people like Carlos or networks or court systems, unfortunately, a lot of times they wait until it's too late. So I'm not going to sugarcoat shit when I feel like where this can go. And anybody that looks at this and feels like it's not a problem, I'm going to pray for you as well. Because obviously, something ain't right. Something ain't right. If you're a mother, a grandmother, anything else, something ain't right. If you don't see a problem with this. So, anyway, headache on 10 from this. Because, look, I've said it 1,000 times and I'm going to read these documents. I am a daddy's girl. Daddy's girl. Daddy not here no more. Daddy's girl. I couldn't imagine. I could never in life imagine. So let's get into the documents. You guys excuse me for some of these terms, these legal terms, if I get them wrong. But we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to take it to the end. This is the plaintiffs, Melody Shari Holt's petition for Rule Nisi and for modification petition for Rule Nisi. Nisi or Nisi, one of them. Comes now the plaintiff, Melody Shari Rogers, hereinafter referred to as mother by and through her attorney of record, and I'm not going to read the attorney's name, and files this, her petition for Rule Nisi against the defendant Martell L. Holt, hereinafter referred to as the father, by stating the following separately and severally. The parties hereto were divorced by final decree of this court on or about the 15th of March 2021, which incorporated an agreement of the parties and parenting clauses hereinafter referred to as final judgment of divorce. Subsequently, on January 22nd, 2022, the defendant slash father filed a petition to modify custody, because again, she didn't go after full custody, and hold the plaintiff in contempt by and through his attorney. The plaintiff mother filed a response and counterclaim and petition to modify custody and to hold the defendant petitioner in contempt on May 25th, 2022, by and through her attorney of record, which resulted in an order from this honorable court. I don't know how honorable, child, on September the 6th, 2022. The final judgment of divorce provides the following: both parents shall encourage the minor children to love, respect, and honor the other parent. Neither of them shall alienate or attempt to alienate or diminish the effect of the minor children for the other parent, or disparage or allow others to disparage the other parent. Others, as in, I'll say, others is others, but we're going to go and throw Ariane Curry in there because we know that she's done that. Disparage the other parent, which is Melody Shari. That shouldn't be done in the presence of the minor children. The parties understand and agree that the designations of father and mother or similar designations shall refer to each of them only and not third parties. The court expects children to be insulated to the fullest extent possible from the conflict between their parents. And let me say this: it is not a conflict between parents if the plaintiff, in this case, Melody Shari, is responding to things that the defendant, Martell Holt, is doing publicly. Okay? They should not be made to be confidants of a parent, meaning don't discuss shit that's going on with the kids and should be encouraged to love, honor, and respect both parents and their respective families. Parents should act accordingly in the presence of children. In the event a child testifies in court, a parent shall not question or discuss that child's testimony with the children, nor discuss the case with the child. Now, parents shall not question regardless for me. That's not in the court document. This is me. And we've seen Martell question those children on live videos. I have. Everything that I'm discussing as far as my personal opinion is just that, my personal opinion. Everything is alleged. The order provides the following. There shall be no public dissemination of any sorts regarding the minor children, pending custody issues, counseling, or any other matters related to this pending case. There shall be no corporal punishment administered to the children for the father's edification. And I'm going to repeat that. For the father's edification, not mother's edification, but for the father's edification, corporal punishment shall include. Any of this is corporal punishment: spanking, slapping, pinching, pulling, twisting, hitting with an object, and forcing a child to consume any unpleasant substance such as soap, hot sauce, etc. Therefore, the father shall begin counseling no later than September 20th, 2022, and shall comply with the counselor's recommendation. The father, again, this is court documents, and I'm just looking to see where they're going to say the mother. No, the father shall also take immediate steps to enroll in and complete a parenting class. Chat, please be careful of your words. If you want to see them in the clinker, which is a comment I'm about to remove, put clinker. So, and mods, please be on the lookout and remove anything that you guys feel like is against YouTube guidelines. We're just not going to take any chances because there's a lot of threats going on out here. But since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and September 6, 2022, order the father has willingly violated the above provision by allowing his paramour, also known as side chick, also known as concubine, also known as the woman he's laying down with, paramour, to make disparaging remarks about the mother. He violated that. Okay. The father has shown the minor children videos of their mother on dates with other men and making inappropriate comments about the video to the minor children. Where they do that at? Let me put a star right here so I know where to start back up. Wait a minute now. There would be no separation of the children from the mother and father. There will be no dates or anything else. There would be no videos. Had the daddy not continue to do what he's done, which caused his wife to divorce him. And you got the audacity to show these kids, oh, you can do it. While married and not, right? You can do it. You can date, you can screw, you can lay down with, you can do all of that. But how dare she, after the divorce, go out on dates? Where they do this at? Where do they do this shit at? The father continues to disseminate information to bloggers concerning the previous custody case, therefore placing the minor children in the middle of the parties' disputes and litigation. You guys know I said Martell has carried around that paperwork like it's money in his wallet. Paperwork for, we talking recent now, because he just sat down with Tasha K not too long ago. Guess what he had? The paperwork. So the father still continues to provide that. Unfortunately, Melody Shari was doxxed with his sit down on Tasha K. I believe that it was edited and all of that, but he didn't even care that the address where his kids laid their heads, his house or Mel's, was in that video, which could cause people to attempt to go to those locations. Unbelievable. The father continues to use corporal punishment. Continues to. This is in the court documents. Continues to. That is excessive and abusive towards the minor children, including but not limited to. I wish I had a trigger warning picture up here. I'm going to put this DV up here for now. And I had to pause before I read this. But let me start that sentence over. The father continues to use corporal punishment that is excessive and abusive towards the minor children, including but not limited to choking, grabbing, punching the minor son, hitting all the children, pulling, and twisting them. The father has refused to follow the court order as he has stopped therapy between he and his minor son. The father's actions are contemptuous in nature and should be punished accordingly. It is clear by the father's actions. Notice all I keep saying is father. I'm a good father. Father, that's all I've been able to say. The father's actions are contemptuous in nature and should be punished accordingly. It is clear by the father's actions that he has no intention of complying with any of the orders of this honorable court. And the mother requests that the father be found in civil and criminal contempt for said willful disregard of the court's previous orders, or in the alternative, that this matter be set for hearing and the father be ordered to appear and show cause why he should not be held in civil and criminal contempt of court for his violations of this court's order as referenced above. The mother has incurred attorney's fees and costs in the pleading and proof of this petition, and would request that the father be ordered to pay the same and she be given such other further and different relief to which she may be entitled under the circumstance. Comes now, this is a petition for modification. The mother, Melody, through her attorney, and having filed his petition for the rule Nisi, states the following separately and severally in support of her petition for modification against the defendant Martell Holt. The mother alleges paragraphs 1 through 6 as if set out here in full. That since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and the subsequent modification order, there have been material changes in circumstances that are substantial and warrant a modification of legal custody of the minor child and of the visitation set forth for the father. parental designations, the parties agree that they shall continue to discuss matters which pertain to the welfare and best interests of their children. In the event that they are unable to agree on any matter, the mother shall be designated as possessing primary authority and responsibility regarding medical decisions, which cost money, religion, and the involvement of the minor children in cultural activities. The father shall be designated as possessing primary authority and responsibility regarding educational decisions. What? And the involvement of the children in extracurricular athletic and civic activities. The little extracurricular, tennis and baseball and all that. You handle that, I'm going to handle the big stuff. Again, extending an olive branch. Notwithstanding these designations, the party agreed that the children shall attend private school unless they mutually agree otherwise in writing. Couple more pages and we'll be done. Since the entry of the final judgment of divorce, the father has exhibited behavior that has been negligent and unstable. He has shown a lack of proper parenting when it comes to his care for the minor children during his custodial times. And the father continues to cause mental and emotional abuse of the minor children. Such behavior by the father has caused the mother to have concern for the minor's children's health and well-being. And she wrong about that, according to everybody else. According to a lot of people, she's wrong for being concerned about her children's health, mental health, and well-being. She bitter. She's scorned. That's what folks want people to believe. She ain't supposed to care about the well-being of her children. Again, this is ongoing. Okay? This is ongoing, current. So for anybody to come out here to say, that was a couple years ago. Who cares? What? Let's continue. Specifically, the father has moved multiple times in a short period of time and now wants to uproot the children from the school system. The parties agreed for them to attend so that he can have them in his new school district. And then next year it'll be another district, allegedly. Then the year after that, it'll be another. No stability at all. So they got to be in your school district, his new school district, instead of doing what most normal people do. Damn, you didn't put a lot on these damn kids, Martell, in the last couple years. You didn't plopped a baby without any conversation, because we saw that they were supposed to, Mel and Martell, meet together and sit down and discuss that. No, he did that. Just plopped them in they lap. All sense of normalcy that they knew when it was mom and daddy married one home, he has erased. So we already got to adjust to not being in the same house, seeing mama in the kitchen, possibly cooking, daddy doing this, cutting the grass and all of that, loving on us at the same time in the same house. We got to adjust to that. Then we got to adjust to this baby. Then we got to adjust to the woman that played a huge part in the downfall of our normalcy. And then I get to the point where not only they got to adjust to her, they got to adjust to her daughter, allegedly bullying them too. I wonder where she got that from. Because the mama, Ariane Curry, been bullying Mel for years. And look, sad chicks been around forever. Cheating has gone on forever. This has always been bigger than that. Always. They say leave Ariane alone. She ain't saying nothing now. But damn, I could just go back to a couple weeks ago, month ago. Damn, y'all extend grace that fast, huh? No apology, no nothing, no accountability from her or Martell. Amazing. Anyway, let's get back to this. Moreover, the father continues to make threats to the minor children, such as he will knock them out, or directing abusive language towards them with the intent of alarming the minor children and causing mental and emotional injury to them. Directing abusive language towards them with the intent of basically, in my opinion, scaring them, which absolutely causes mental and emotional injury to them. The father continues to incorporate corporal punishment on the minor children that they only want to see their father. The father continues to incorporate corporal punishment on the minor children, and this is written incorrectly, but they really only want to see their father if he will stop hitting them. This is in court docs. Let me stop real quick. 676 likes, 1.2K in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me. Please, please, please hit the like button for me. I only want to go see my daddy if he will stop hitting me. Now, let's also remember that the children have been questioned in and concerning this court case. So these ain't male's words. Okay. The father does not provide adequate care for the minor children during his custodial periods. The father has asked the mother to deliver food to his house while the minor children were there. Can you Uber Eats us some food to the house so they can eat? What? Not the good dad. Not the I love my chip. No, ain't no way. The father does not take pride in the minor children's appearance in public. More specifically, he refuses to comb, brush his daughter's hair. You guys remember, was that on the show or was it on Instagram, child? But the one time that Martell took them kids to get their hair done, they was getting their hair braided, he made sure to go live. Like I said, allegedly, I'm trying to remember, it was either a live or it was either on the show. I think it was live. And at that time, he was trying to act like Mel doesn't take care of their hair. That the father constantly has the minor children around his paramour. Let me look that up real quick. Side chick. Whatever she's considered as a lover, especially the illicit partner of a married person. That is the official definition. And that's how she started off. Illicit partner of a married person. That's what she is, child. But the father constantly has the minor children around his paramour who has threatened the mother. Yes, she has. And allows for her daughter to bully and taunt the minor children of the father. Baby, I ain't even got to say the rest. That's all I got to say. Baby, y'all completed? That's all. I can't even say it. Baby. Wait a minute. The mother allows for her daughter to bully and taunt the minor children. First of all, she nor her daughter should have been around those kids, in my opinion, especially with everything that transpired before they were divorced. Anybody need a reference, just go to YouTube, put in a search for Ariane Curry, and it'll bring up everything that she's done and said, everything, and how she is around those kids proves to me, my opinion only, that Martell don't even give a damn, in spite of this document, which proves that as well, about his children. Because, sir, again, they will have questions. They may be scared now based off this corporal punishment. But once they get older, they going to have questions. And he's so hell-bent on destroying Mel that he could care less about the future. Right now, my goal is to ruin y'all's mama. Because I'm just wondering how he going to get through that when they got those questions. When they old enough, I ain't going to put that in here on the kids. I'm not going to do that. The mother fears that continued contact between the children and the father's illicit partner, paramour, will cause confusion and emotional distress for the minor children. Absolutely. And guess what, Ariane? He's using you to hurt Mel, like he's always done. And you still crazy enough to fall for it. For real. Because if I were a woman that participated and done the things that she's done, not only while he was married, but then if I clicked live hundreds of times and said the things about those kids' mother and them, she said horrible things about these kids, I would say, look, when it's your week and you got your children, I'm going to stay at home. But what she want to do is exactly what's said in these documents, taunt the mother. Remember, she just said we was 4th of July this past year, so it ain't even a year yet. We were out with our 6 children. Said that in response to Mel, after Mel said something in response to her. And all I got to say again is baby. I hope y'all can read my mind, baby. Additionally, the father, let's see, promiscuity was an issue during the divorce, and the mother's avers that she is concerned for the children's moral well-being while being in the father's care. Moral. See, she want to set her kids up to have morals and standards and realize everything is not normal. Everything is not normal. She's concerned about their well-being all around, including morals. The mother is concerned about the mental stability of the father as he continues to relocate, violate previous court orders. Hold on, Clo. In addition, threatened to distribute a sex tape that the parties created during their marriage. Okay. Because that's current as well. So people want to say the image that he sent her was just a text message. A text message is, hello, Mel. I got the kids. They just wanted to say hi. That's a text message. Hello, Mel. I'll be picking the kids up from school on this date at this time. Hello, Mel. Are you going to the kids' activity, baseball game, volleyball game, tennis match? Those are text messages. But when you send an image from an sex tape, I'm confused why people don't understand why he is up on charges. It's illegal. But not only that, threatened to distribute that sex tapes that they created during their marriage. The mother Evers, Avers child, it is in the best interest of the minor children for her to have sole legal custody. Sole legal custody. She needed, she deserved it. And the court system thus far has failed Mel. Shout out again to you guys in the chat. Please watch your lingo in the chat for me. Let me continue. I'm praying that she can get sole custody, not because I or anybody else hate Martell, because of what's in these documents. Let him get some real help. People close to him and strangers stop coddling him, because when will he ever really realize that what he's doing is wrong? So the kid's gonna have to be in therapy for the rest of their life because Martell refuses to admit that something ain't right. Something ain't right. Further, the mother fears for the safety and welfare of the minor children and avers it is in the best interest of the minor children for the father's visitation be restricted to daytime visits only, with no overnight visitation until such time as the father enrolls in therapy and anger management. Is that wrong for Mel to want? After the things that you guys have heard, is that wrong for any parent to want? Oh no, go ahead and stay over there with Coleslaw and her daughter. Yeah, they could threaten you guys. They can bully you. Daddy could go ahead and go against court orders and use corporate punishment and all that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna do that to him. I am not gonna. That's my children's daddy. I'm not gonna. Man, look. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. For people to see an issue with that until, is what she said, the father enrolls in therapy and anger management. The modification ordered, entered on February 28th, provides the following. The minor children shall not participate or be filmed for television or any other social media platform without leave of court or until the children reach the age of majority. That was February 28th, 2023. And we do know that. So that was because of Martell. That modification was because of Martell. So it's not okay for the Eminem kids to be on social media, but little baby Knox is on social media. And if his concern is for children being on social media, I would think he would have that same concern for Knox, Maverick, whatever the child's name is. Miles Morales is what he want to be called. I would think that that would be across the board. You love your kids, right? Or, in my opinion, was it done out of spite? Was it done to stop their bag? Because the mama got everything under control, stable home, all of the above. Was it done to stop their bag? Because I look at a lot of celebrities on social media who has created platforms for their children, and every time Kenya Moore is one, the Brett and Judy is another, Candy Burris. I could go on, Portia. I could go on and on and on. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. But I can go on and on and on with all of these celebrities that's created platforms for their children. And those platforms have hundreds and thousands, if not millions, of followers. And the reason why most parents do that is because any post that they post on behalf of those children's images, vacations, playing, school activities, sports activity, any post is going to generate some income for the children. For the children. Martell said, no, it's not okay for them. But Ariane, you go ahead and create that page. Your kids gonna have questions about that as well, sir. They're gonna have that is money, even though we know Mel got them. We know that she's secured their tuition when it comes to college and private schools that they're in now. We know she got that, but we talking about future where these kids can already have a nest egg built up. But Mr. Man said, no, not them. But Ariane, you try. You try. And that failed. You know, that failed. Ariane likes to do things for free. Ariane likes to talk for free. Ariane likes to do a lot for free. And that's just it. Let me get off of her. That since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and the subsequent modification order, there have been material changes in circumstances that are substantial and warrant a modification of the restriction of the children being on social media and or being filmed. Since said order, the mother has not been able to share memorable moments. How many of you guys share memorable moments on your social media? I love when memories come up. I cry every time. Oh, wow. It was this week, I believe. No, it's coming up. I cry every time I see a video when my daddy flew in, didn't even like to fly, when I relocated years ago. And I'm running through the airport screaming, Daddy, Daddy. That's a memory that comes up on social media. And Mel is not able to even have that for her children. She can't have it. She can't have that. Memorable moments and milestones with a vast majority of family and friends, such as Mother's Day photos. Now, look, y'all remember, they want to know where the millimeters come from and all of that. Who remembers Belinda having the audacity to post a picture of Boss Baby on Mother's Day last year? Mel can't post her own kids on Mother's Day. But Martell allowed Belinda to post Boss Baby. Disgusting. She's a mother. And she would do that. She was following Mel at the time, too, child. She would choose to, on Mother's Day, post this woman's child. Anyway, it goes on to say, such as Memorial Day, 4th of July, and so forth. It has become a societal tradition for parents to share pictures of the minor children on the first day of school, Christmas, all of that. Yeah, it's definitely normal. It's definitely normal that the minor children have requested to be filmed as they missed that process and enjoyed it. I'm sure they did. I'll never forget one scene with Mel and Martell. This was after the divorce. I don't know if they were separated or divorced, but you guys remember the scene of them, touching scene, when they went to the park, laid down on a blanket, and had the children there so they can ask them questions of how they feel and things like that. And I'll never forget Tank saying, um, Mel was like, "How do you guys feel?" They said, "Well, naturally, they didn't like it when mommy and daddy were arguing and all of that." But Tank had so much hope at that time, and I hope mommy and daddy could get back. I'll never forget that scene. First of all, the beautiful image of not just Mel and Martell. This is the ideal American life, a dream that they had. Beautiful kids, beautiful home, businesses, millionaires in their 20s, all of the above. But when people saw that initially, them walking through the parking lot, Mel on her way to speak, and the kids dressed up, everybody dressed formal, and they holding hands walking. And Martell don't realize how he disappointed. No, you don't owe us shit. You really don't. But you disappointed a whole lot because of your penis. Because that's what it was. That's what it was. But anyway, she's right. All of us, I'm sure, with social media, share things for family. I'm in a whole different state. I gotta share stuff. I'm not there to participate in a lot. They not here to participate a lot. So yeah, I gotta share what I'm doing. They share what they doing. Social media is how people look into the lives of, but not them. Not it's okay though for Knox, but no, not them. No, the minor children have only been in opportunities on the mother's social media and filming that was age appropriate. Absolutely. Absolutely. The social media and filming provides economic opportunities for the minor children to create their own wealth at an early age. Daddy, the father, say he gonna shut that down. No, y'all don't need no wealth at an early age. We'll just call mama so mama could send food over here. No, no. I don't care about your future. Where you guys could have hundreds of thousands of dollars once you graduate and become of age and go to college and probably use those funds to start your own businesses one day. No, that's not important. What's important right now is me allowing this trick and her daughter to bully y'all. That's what's important. Me operating like I'm an army sergeant with my kids. That's what's important. Me maintaining control. That's what's important. So if my control means that y'all can't be on social media, it's okay for this one, but not y'all. I, I am so puzzled. I'm puzzled, and that's it for the document. That's it. As I mentioned, this is still ongoing, still ongoing, and the arrest for the DV, harassing third degree communication. Let me see, because I keep forgetting. So I'm so glad I saved this. DV, third harassing communication, is ongoing. Carlos, you ain't shit. I'm going to say that for you being the one to provide a platform for Mr. Martell Holt to continue to get out here and fool people. Because, see, he said he want his real life film. His real life is everything that was just read. His real life is him refusing to complete, which allegedly he's done it now, psych evaluations and all of the above. His real life ties into what he sees fit that's on social media. His kids with Mel is not fit for social media, but the things that Ariana Curry do that's okay. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. The audio that we hear this girl talking about abuse that allegedly happened to Mel, allegedly, audio, social media. That's okay. Martell ain't said shit about that. Martell ain't denied what Ariane Curry said out her mouth. Martell want me to create a fake page and release this tape. Martell ain't said nothing. And for everybody else that's Team Martell, he ain't got to say nothing. What? Wait a minute. What? That's going to be revealed to his children one day. And I would think he would speak up now instead of later? Because that's what they gonna wonder. How can you ain't say nothing then? Why you have her around us and she said that? If it was a lie, how come he didn't go live? He's went live several times when it comes to mail. Several. Several. How come he went live to dispute that? How come when he telling Mama Holt on the trailer that because I sent her a text message last year, what was in the text? Can you let us know? Carlos, are you gonna allow that to be played on Love Maritinesville? Will you guys have anything? And maybe you will now because y'all got time to edit some things. Will there be a hotline for people that are triggered? But they may not be triggered because I doubt if what really is going on is talked about. I wonder if the Scotts, Kimmy, Tisha, the women especially, Marceau, Maurice, because we saw y'all downplaying it. It's just a text. Courtney, now that's just the phone charge. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, he sent it over a phone, but what was sent? I mean, I just want to know, am I crazy? But I wonder if any of them, Destiny, you back, the sis or whatever you are, the Mr. Man that said that your baby looked like him and he don't know how that happened and all that, you back as well. And when we come out here, I'm going to speak for myself. It is not because, and I've said this 1,000 times, it is not because I hate any of them, because I don't. I don't. But I do give a side eye because you guys have a larger platform, national platform, than any of us on YouTube. And nobody thus far has really done what they should do when it comes to the seriousness of what's been going on. But they wonder why Mel pulls back. Oh, she just being a bitch. No. Can y'all cry with me? I'm hurt. Y'all see what y'all was friends with this Negro, like she told Marceau before me. Y'all see what I'm going through. But I come in here and I try to keep my head held high. I try to just exhibit strength. Why? Because I feel unprotected, because I feel unsupported. But if anybody on the outside looking in got any common sense, you should be able to read through the lines. Because a lot of us that support her, we read between the lines. And if I were on the show, girl, how are you really doing? I see the stuff on social media. Oh my God. I don't even know how you handle that. How you really doing, sis? We ain't seen that. But we did see Destiny get about $6,000-$7,000 because Mel saw what she was going through. That wasn't good enough for Destiny. She gonna be the bone carrier. I know where the bones are buried. Is the bones buried where that 6-7 G's is buried? If so, dig them up and give that girl back her money since you don't appreciate it. I just want to know, is the bones buried where the money, is the money buried where the money buried, where the bones are buried? Because if I felt the way that Destiny has shown that she feels about Mel, there is nothing in me that would allow me to keep that money. I would have been gave it back. Yeah, you did it, but guess what? I'm going to give it back to you. Thanks, but no thanks. No, not Destiny. No. Destiny and Mel, I'm sure, have had talk. They were going through a divorce at the same time and all of that. And Destiny could not understand if moods may have changed. She's okay to, shut down. I can't talk about this on the show. Nope. I can't. None of that. But Mel gotta still be jolly. Mel can't feel no type of way about nothing. Hearing Destiny and Tisha in the room. Mel can't feel some type of way about Destiny. her girl at the time in the room talking about her, you know, no one, again, I ain't gonna say no one, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not following Mel blindly, but I rock with Mel. I love what she's been able to do, how she's been able to continue on, push through all of the above. Love it because it's a lot of women that have not. It's a lot of women that are 6 feet under. It's a lot of women behind bars. It's a lot of women in mental institutions for some of the things that she's experienced and still experiencing. But if she's not the one that's out here grinding, doing what needs to be done, and making sure that she don't lose herself, if she's not the one that do it, who gonna do it? Is it him? I'm so confused. Is it Martell? That say Tank don't need therapy. Me and Tank don't need to go sit down and talk about nobody. What happened? Or them kids was bad as hell when they got back to me. Even when he said that on Tasha K, that let me know what he wanted to do. I gotta correct that. Could you imagine the what is the word that I'm trying to use? When let's say they are with Martell for a week, then when it's time to come back to Mill, is it decompress? Is that what I'm trying to use? But could you imagine some of the correction that has to be done as far as things that they've heard, experienced while they were with their dad for a week? I'm sure that's ongoing. I'm sure that's every week. Um, it's a mess. Decompress means to release from pressure. Yes, the pressure that this is my own personal opinion, feel like that they are under when they are with dad. I feel that. And I would think that I would need, look, I didn't even know what successfully co parenting meant, the term itself. Because when my parents divorced after 27 years of marriage, it went on without any glitches, hitches, no arguing, no nothing. But what I've come to understand years later and after is they were successfully co-parenting. No issues. Ain't no courts involved. When I wanted to go spend the night at daddy's, I went to daddy's. Had bedroom set up because I was the youngest. I was the only one left when they got a divorce. Had bedroom still intact in the home that we had for decades, and then the home that my mama, a boss, went out and purchased. Room set up. If I said I want to go to daddy's tonight, I went to daddy's tonight. If I said I'm going to mama's tomorrow, I'm going to mama's tomorrow. Wasn't no courts involved, no nothing. And excuse me, I understand that, but let's remember the courts are only involved because Martell wanted control. And Martell wanted full custody. And I'm just gonna say, for me, I think Martell wanted full custody so Martell could get some money, child support. What Mel didn't take him for. Sugar mama's money from her, who shuts down from having their child as the face of a product, who in this day and age don't want to take advantage of exactly what was in this document, opportunities, economic opportunities. Where they do that at? Since I'm suffering, everybody got to suffer, including the children. No, y'all don't need no brand. Tank could have something, he could be the face of it as the son. All the girls together could have something. Sugar Mama's little brand was absolutely beautiful. He shut that down. Now, that business can go on, but she can't. be on the box. But I'm a good dad. I love my children. But guess what? Knox could go to me to Spider-Man premieres. Knox could be on social media. All of that. Knox could do all of that. But not these. I have never seen, and I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I have never seen a man that has such a level of hate for a woman that he was married to, for a woman that gave him 5 years to get his shit together. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Most women gone immediately. Some women may leave after a year, 2 years. We talking 5 years. There's a chick driving around in our town that you done went out and got a matching car as ours. Rumors going around all through this town. She's on social media bumping her gums, and that's probably what she would have. Baby, that's all I'm going to say. Gums. She on social media bumping her gums. All throughout. And still, damn near a decade, still. So yeah, she been quiet. She revamping her life, rebranding and all of that. Really? Really? Because if Martell dialed that number, I can guarantee you on your way. Instead of you saying it's a whole lot of shit going on now. These court documents, I'm in that. I'm in that. You know, now since this is public and I see that I'm in these court documents, when your kids are there, I'm going to have enough respect for myself as well as my daughter that's in those documents as well. And we will not be over there while those kids are there. That I can't do, sir. Now, once they gone, if you would like us there, we gonna come. But no, she just supposed to do whatever Martell tells her to do. And that's the thing. It was never that when it comes to coleslaw. And I'm not gonna turn this into her. It was never that. It was to, and it still is, to get back at Mel. But when does the decision fall on her to have morals? Because that's how I started this live off. Shout out to the humans with morals. When does the decision fall on her to have morals? I'm just wondering. Martell never had a pow up to her head, all while they were doing what they was doing, even while he was married. She could have stopped it. But no. She's not to blame. She's not to blame. He was married. Her ass to blame too. But that's over and done with. Mel divorced him. Gave her the Negro with her eyes closed. And you still got a problem with the wife, ex-wife? Why? Damn, she gave them to you. The problem is the both of them combined can't do shit. That's the problem. So Ariane would rather sit in, they ruined, she ruined my life. This TV show ruined my life. Me coming out and revealing who I was ruined my life. Me clicking live, going after the wife. Me saying his tongue is in my a-hole. Me. They did that, not me. No. You did that. You did all of that. Side chicks are everywhere. It's probably some right in this chat. I could care less about that. Some of them got respect. Well, guess what? I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to go viral for that. Side chick is in the news today. that was, and I don't know how I feel about Crystal because, well, Crystal say Neo and Moneta was done. I don't know, but whatever the case may be. But anyway, the side chick that was involved in their marriage is now doing what? Blasting Neo. She got 2 kids, had 2 kids by him while he was married. But shit, we ain't seen Ariane really blast Martell unless Martell is seen with another woman. That's the only thing that affects her. She was never affected by being called a peasant on national TV. No, that didn't affect me. Called her a low life, all that. No, Mel, this is what she's convinced herself to believe. Mel made him say that. Mel made him do that. Did Mel make him say Shari is the new Mrs. Holt? Did Mel, is that Mel too, or is that for the show? That's just for the show. So, headache last night. Aunt Debbie and I talked last night after our members only. Aunt Debbie was one that was triggered. Triggered. For any of you that have been triggered, or if you are experiencing anything, make sure to reach out. Reach out to me. I promise you. Reach out to me. We can chat. Join the cutie crew because we chat about stuff like this. My membership is really of a deep one. You're not going to get much exclusive tea or this or that. And I'm sorry if that's what you're looking for, but those that there love it. And I love them for being there. But we talk about life issues. We talk about our life issues. We talk about what Mel is going through. We talk about real shit. Real shit. Preventing me from being in a clanker. That was real shit. The support of those ladies is what prevented that. And, Carlos King, sir, I have zero respect for you. I'm sorry. And I don't hate you. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think that what Carlos has been able to do, as far as being a black man, when it comes to television, is absolutely commendable. It really, really is. But if you're not going to do what you should do, you may as not even hold that position. I don't understand how it's easy for people to just ignore. Shout out again to DJ Richie Sky. The emotions that I saw. I know, Good Bad Apple, you were triggered as well. I know. Jess Angel, another one. Hold on, guys. Ugh, you guys already know. Hold on. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm sure they're gonna bark again. But yeah, I don't understand how people choose to ignore. There's a lot of people that have ties to this show, may have been on this show and all of the above. And the thing that they want is leave Martell alone. Don't you talk about that. Do you guys know how many people have been unalived because people choose to remain silent? I you know, does anybody look at like the real stuff that's going on in the world? This is one. It's real. Reality TV. It's real. But I'm talking every day. News, TV shows, Dateline 2020, all of them. All of that. ID channel, and if you can't see that, if this is not corrected when it comes to the court system, number one, how many chances somebody put in my comment section that it's buck wild in Alabama and said that I need to look it up and I would be shocked. How many chances do you give a person? No one, even the mama, is saying, I don't want him to ever see his kids. But a lot of people speak out so he can see his kids. So nothing is done to the kids. There is no way in hell I would ever trust Ariane Curry around my kids. Because if you hate they mama, you hate them. God forbid a accident in quotation mark happens while they're around her. God forbid an accident happens to one of those babies in quotation marks. This is the danger that Martell puts himself, put those children in. Because we can see, and I'll speak for myself, I can see, just like I said, something ain't right with him, something definitely ain't right with coleslaw. And if you don't understand that sometimes, in order to get that get back, shit gets real. Shit happens, especially with men or women that are scorned. You playing in that girl face, putting Mrs. Holt on charades, and even if he may be done with her, see that heinous that caused him to lose everything is gonna want that again. And she could be low down and dirty, even if you did break up with him and say, you know what, I'm gonna go over there for a specific reason. He think he gonna get some. His ass could very well end up getting something else because he got his kids around him. So I don't know how, and I'm gonna read some comments. I'm not dropping a link tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I promise you, I went to sleep with this on my mind. Aunt Debbie even told me last night, chit chat, do not watch it tonight. Watch it in the morning. Aunt Debbie, I was hard headed. I watched it. Went to bed with it on my mind. Woke up with it on my mind. Didn't even plan to come live at all today. But shout out again to the content creators that's speaking up on this. And I would love to see the castmates speak up on this. I would love to hear Carlos speak up on this. I can't do that because it's not, no, sir. You talk about every damn thing else. You talk about ink that Mia messing around with. Ink ain't on nobody's show. Talk about a whole lot that's not on these shows. So I don't know how I'm gonna maneuver giving content this season. I'm gonna try my hardest, but I already know that the victim role is already in place. Yeah, it was a text message. No, that shouldn't say DV. No, what? Y'all really downplaying that? So I've been one that said I don't want Mel to leave her show, her show. Um, and I respect her decision either way. But there's zero support when it comes to the folks on her show. Post yesterday. Let me look at my phone real quick. And I see you guys. Shout out to the members. Let me look at this real quickly. Because boy, if that's not the truth. It says, shout out to Money Making Melody _ fan page on Instagram. But it says, she reposted, or whoever runs that page said, Beyonce's deranged haters is what birthed the Beehive. And Money Making Melodies fan page, I think Mel even shared it in her story. She said, I always say this about the mellometers. Only difference is that Mel provided a table for her enemies to eat at. And we just not gonna act like that's not true. We just not gonna act like that's not true. I don't care how Carlos King has sliced it and diced it, made it where it's his creation, changed the title. Let me add a couple more people. Let me do this. Let me do that. Carlos would not know a damn thing about Huntsville which is in the title if it wasn't for Mel. So Mel did provide a table for her enemies to eat at. And that word may be harsh for some, but you are an enemy of mine if you can't really ask me, how are you doing? All this shit that Martell has put you through these past years. I'm talking to Kimmy. I'm talking to Stormy. I'm talking to Destiny. I'm talking to Tisha. If you really can't show that on this show, you're an enemy. You feel like what's happening to me, I deserve. You ain't got to be a woman to feel that way. For the men, there was a doctor that was in my chat, one of my lives, a couple days ago, and I keep saying it because I thought it was so cute. Male, man, um, said he is a male meter, MALE support male. So it's not just up to women, and it's not just women. For me, DJ Richie Sky showed support. Man was choked up. And this is what people don't realize. A lot of this stuff that's in these documents, some people may have experienced some of these things. But don't you go on YouTube and click no panel where they're talking about it and you get some support. Don't do that. No, let that stay inside and let it fester into something else. I can go on and on. I've been talking for an hour and 30 minutes. Nidra, thank you so much, Nidra, for becoming a member of the Cutie Crew. Bravo, Addiction. You know I love you, sis. Thank you, Chit Chat, and all of the content creators and publications for putting the truth out there. There's a need to be aware of what's really going on, what is really going on. The lies were trying to take over. Absolutely. The lies, the threats of, you know, channels being snatched and this and that. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So I absolutely agree. And thank you, Bravo. Shout out to anybody that is discussing this, calling attention to this. And, it's sad. That's all I have to say. It is sad. Sheila Rum, thank you for joining the Cutie Crew. Patricia, I thought you were already a member. Patricia, thank you for becoming a member of the Cutie Crew. Prophet is none one. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. Absolutely. Let's keep Melody and the kids in prayer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Raymel, thank you, Raymel, for being a member for 5 months. Let's pray for, and I know you guys don't want to hear it, but I'm just going to pray that there is a change when it comes to Martell before something horrible happens. That's my prayer. I am praying that this will be Martell 3, 4 times a day because that's how much I pray. I could just be sitting and working. I say a quick prayer. Wake up in the morning, most definitely pray. Before I go to sleep, most definitely pray. And I would hope that even with this, this how much I know love and Maritime feel. I believe this was the scene when Mel said dissolved. Think y'all remember that. I don't know if that was it. That was either that scene. No, that wasn't that scene. This is when they met up at that restaurant. Once again, Martell. Once again, with some BS. So look, the truth is the truth. And as I mentioned, I've seen Mel extend an olive branch from the beginning. Because if that Negro would have took all my stuff, clothes, shoes, purses, kids' beds, this or that, most men, this is so crazy to me. Most men, I don't know, maybe my daddy was just amazing. It ain't no maybe. He was. My mama never had to call. This is after being divorced. Never had to call a plumber, electrician, or anything on her own. Whatever work that needed to be done in the home that she purchased after divorce of my daddy, who cried like a baby, he did it. He paid for it. Ain't no way in the world he would have let me go lay on an air mattress out of spite. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So this good dad, just let him be a daddy. Can he be the right type of one? I can guarantee you, the Scott children ain't going through this. Tisha, you know that. Wanda, you know that. Marceau, you know that. Monster ain't going through this. Maurice, Kimmy, they ain't going through this. And you guys are too afraid to discuss the real issues on this show. And the reason why, because we heard on Carlos's podcast before he was even on YouTube, when it comes to the Scots, he said, y'all ain't got to discuss your real life. Just talk about your businesses. That ain't reality TV, sir. That's not reality TV. And I'm going to continue to say, Martell gotta have, that's my opinion, something on Carlos King, because you value him more than you do their kids, whether they on your show or not. I just question myself, a lot of people out here went through things as children and all of that. Is this normal? It's not normal. It's not normal for me. I can't relate. Thank God and thank my parents. I cannot relate. But it's a lot of people that can. And I doubt, again, if we see a hotline scrolling across Love and Mirror Huntsville. I doubt it. I doubt if Carlos have a real conversation. I doubt it. No, let's just keep putting him out here like he's a catch. He's a ladies' man. Let's play this P. Orn music in the background. He's a catch. Why? Because he semi look good on the outside. I don't get it. But an hour 37 minutes solo child. Lord have mercy. Mel is showing up all over the place. Mel is living on her babies, and I'm with that. I'm on what Mel is on. Period. Not a fan of Heavenly, but I certainly hope she bring this up with CK. Girl, CK gonna tell Heavenly exactly what he tell her every time she bring up Martell. If he say anything, sometimes he'll just sit there and look crazy. But last week he said he's not discussing anything about his show while his show is filming. And they get breaks. He is brewing, he is planning, he wants to set up and get away with too many parts of her life has been my real life. I'm so sorry, Linda. It never leaves. I survived, left with partial hearing loss. Oh my God. Linda Fletcher, I am so sorry. So sorry. Praying for you. And it never goes away. It never goes away. But people think that a lot of women only relate to male. Number one, because they men cheated. That's why. That's why they there. They lonely. They ain't got nothing to do with their time. No, it is millions of YouTube channels out here. What are they on YouTube for? What are they? Because they choose to be content creators, and you got a right to, talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, I'm confused about that as well. Yes, they do, Patricia. They absolutely need to do something this time. This time. This time. I am blessed, Pecan. Pam, did I read that earlier? I don't know, but praying for Mel and her kiddos. Absolutely. You guys know I'm one that can't even say the Eminem kids. And I'm sorry. I know that they are, but I can't. I just say Mel's baby or them 4-piece chicken nuggets. I can't include the other M, although he is their father. And for those that got issues about that or that's trying to spread that narrative, this man has already admitted all of them kids are his. And I'm not going to repeat myself, but I said this yesterday, I believe. If one of them happened to not have been, we would have been heard about it. But he okay with that. Forget Sugar Mama. She could deal with that later, but I didn't come out here and defend her. I did not make a post in my story like I've been taunting Marceau and Maurice and say, look, I don't give a damn what y'all say about me. Don't mention my kids. All of them are my kids. No, Sugar Mama. You could deal with that down the line. Imagine the mental anguish that's going to cause for her when she realized her daddy allowed that. Just imagine. But we don't care about them now. And we don't care about what they have to go through in the future mentally, what they have to deal with. Shout out to Mel for keeping those children in therapy. And shout out to her for having the conversations that I know that she has with them just to make them feel safe and secure and all of that. And yeah, shout out to Mel for continuing to do what needs to be done because it's a lot of women that gave up. It's a lot of women that became homeless and jobless and everythingless because of this type of pressure. But now, Mel, don't you say nothing. Don't you get no support, girl. Handle all this on your own. But it's okay for Beyonce to have people, Nicki Minaj to have people, Nene Leakes to have people, anybody who supported anybody. It's okay for them. But no, you don't deserve that. Even at the damn, this probably wouldn't even be this if those that was on the show showed this type of concern, you know? And then you have others that are actively trying to ruin her. Actively. And I'm just sitting back saying, okay, if I just count back, what did she do to you? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Um, Southwest Airlines, child, I don't understand. I just don't. I just don't. But it's not for us to understand. What we understand loud and clear is what we've seen and what we see when it comes to these court documents. We understand. We understand. And it's too bad that I'm going to continue to say Carlos King does not. Sometimes, look, I love Dustin Ross. I do. Dustin um has always said as far as he supports Mel. He even told Carlos, leave the mamas out of it, things like that. But I really, really wonder deep down inside how he feels about knowing a lot that's going on and, how is he talking to Carlos behind the scene? Just like people, it's too late for Martell to me, for anybody to really talk to him. It's time for him to go talk to somebody, some people, sit down, get some help. But I wonder if he talks to Carlos. Carlos, you are responsible for a lot of this. You are, whether you want to admit it or not. And like I said, the moves that he's been able to make in the space of being a producer is commendable. But not if you're going to abuse it. Not if you're not going to showcase the real. It's not. So I'm going to read a couple comments. I'm out of here. I think I got um I think I got a headache because I haven't eaten much today. Let's see. Are the airlines silent today, child? Ooh, child. Yes, Lois. I thank God every day. Every day. I look at a tattoo on my wrist that say daddy's girl every day. I look at and I ain't covered in tattoos, but I got a couple. Look at a tattoo of my mama every day. And yeah, it's a look, one is not more important as far as a daughter's love for their dad or a son. But especially the daughters, because we look at them as what we want for ourselves. That's how we look at daddies. And ain't no way in the world those girls gonna want what they have witnessed, experienced, seen from their daddy. But that's how daddy's girls come about. Daddy show us love and respect and protect us. Make sure we ain't around no side chicks that's gonna do us harm or the daughter do us harm and protect our mental, provide for us. All of the above is what daddies do. And in turn, if they do that, that's who we want for ourselves when we get of age. I don't see how that's gonna happen. Because just because mama and daddy didn't make it, that don't mean that mama should be an enemy of daddy. Daddy may be an enemy of mama because of his actions, but are we being for real? Has mama an enemy, daddy, and she gave you 5 years? Has mama an enemy? And she put up with this and put up with that and did this and did that and held her head down when rumors was going around town. Then held her head up when you said, I'm done. I promise. I promise. Head her head down again. Because there you go again. Okay, I'm done. I promise. I love you. I'm going to cut that off again. Okay, I'm going to hold my head back up. Damn. How's she the enemy? How? So it is manipulative, it's controlling, it's sick, it's all of the above. That is my opinion only. I'm only speaking for myself. And no, I still don't hate Martell Holt. And yes, I still think that everybody can or should deserve redemption, but not again without the lead work. Not again without putting in work. You just don't get it. Just because you can come out here and smile, you know? Ooh, child. Um, and also, this lady even participated and helped you get through school, allegedly. Study for tests and everything else. License, business license, made millions because of her. She the enemy? How? Oh, because she left you. That's why. Oh, okay. And everybody else understand that. Yep, she the enemy. Because Martell is a good guy. That's what Kimmy say. It's just a text message. That's what a lot of them said. I said the other day, I'm gonna give Stormy some credit for what I've seen. What if he really meant to cause her harm? Just for saying that, I'm gonna give her credit. But yeah, he meant it. He meant it. And he did. He caused her harm and the kids harm. So I'm done. Let me read some comments and real quickly. We were up to over 1,400. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you again to the new members. Shout out to the cutie crew, the cuties. And let's see. I got 4 piece golden nugget. Oh, that's cute. From trending, really? Seems that they been quiet today. You call her kids millimeters. Hey, Gwirl. I haven't seen you in a minute, I don't think. Let's see, couple more. Hold on. I got a line. Say, I got a snacky. So sorry, Jess. Jess was homeless for 5 years. It's a lot of us that have shared some stories now. Praise God again. I've never been homeless or anything like that. But look, a lot of us, especially in the world today, are a paycheck or two or three or four or maybe 10, 20 if you got some savings away from that. So I'm sorry to hear that, Jess. Yeah, challenges, challenges. Yes, it was very triggering, and I do want to apologize again. But sometimes we have to let the real be known because it's not known. Shout out again to Brown Skin Girl, the Gossip Girls, DJ Richie Sky, Urban Bell with the national publication of what's been going on and what's still going on. All right, let me scroll to the bottom. The court is not protecting male and their children in a civil case. Either party may appeal to a higher court. So I'm wondering in Alabama if male's attorney can take it to a higher court. Oh, I'm so glad you said that because in this, and I wish it was something that I could go back to, and there's no way that I could, but I think it was at the end. At the end, it says something about civil and criminal. And maybe that's why that civil was put in there. Normally, civil is monetary. Most, not all the time, but you guys know what I mean. But in civil cases, either party may appeal to a higher court. That's what I think that needs to happen. We have been on this ride with her for quite some time. And I've been questioning the judge. I've been questioning the judge for years. So I don't get it. I saw a comment that I wanted to read, and I was trying to scroll up, but I don't see it now. I'm sorry. There was a scene where Marcel said, Martell, you got to make better decisions. Or, yes, ma'am, or else you'll be 50 years old, still explaining to your kids. Let me start over. Chronicles of Kim K. I've been watching old clips of Love and Mirror Huntsville, and there was a scene where Marcel said, Martell, you got to make better decisions, or else you'll be 50 years old, still explaining to your kids your actions, and you'll regret this. Chronicles of Kim K. We just talked about that. I'm not sure if it was in Let Loose Lounge. It had to be. But that was the scene when Martell went off again. When all of them, the core six, the what's the original name, child? Because it wasn't the core, the comeback group went to Mel's office, and that's when Martell then playing the good dad child. He said something wrong about the kids to Mel. He storms up, brought the kids. They were in Mel's office. He storms off, leaves upset, grabbed the kids. They crying because they thought they would spend more time at mama's office. Anyway, while he's driving and the kids was upset, Mariah in particular, he had to call Mel to calm Mariah down. And Mel said, and this is right after he went off on her. Sure, bring them right back up here. Again, she thinking about her kids. Bring them back up here. And when he brought them back up there, that's when Marceau said that to him, standing in that parking lot. And Marceau was right. Marceau also said in the um trailer that, what did he say? Martell needs an intervention. That's also correct. Are y'all gonna do it on the show? Can y'all do that on the show? My heart goes out to all the cuties that are freeing themselves in this chat to share their traumatic experience. Thank you for putting that Alf MC, and I have that written down that I was gonna say at the end. That's why I put that banner back up, overlay back up. But yes, for those of you that's freeing yourself right, oh no, MD Hill, I'll have to check it out. Right in this chat, God bless you. We are praying for you. Anybody that's going through anything, we're praying for you. A lot of you guys that are a part of the Cutie Crew, again, we share some deep, 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 deep stuff, and that is the purpose to free ourselves. The court is not protecting male and their children in the civil case. Okay, didn't I? Yeah, I just read that. I just read that. You're not liking, nobody is liking Los's silence in this matter. Nobody is. Shout out to, geez, was it the Mellometers page on Instagram? But I saw it about 15 minutes before I went live and I got on Instagram. But they shared the documents. They also tagged Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly. I'm not sure if it was in the post or the comments, but Carlos is aware. He don't even need to be tagged, child. Thank you, Reality 419. I got a headache, child. This is not something that, people, I'll speak for myself again, just get on just to talk about. And, this wasn't even a laughing type of live. And it's also what I will do for the Cutie Crew. Tomorrow, I know we just had a members only live last night, but tomorrow afternoon, let's say about it'll be about 2 p.m. my time, which will be 4 p.m. Central, and I'll schedule it tonight. The title of that Cutie Crew members only will be Free Yourself if you need to, and we can discuss everything that I've missed when it comes to this. So, we discovered or heard about this at the end of the live last night. We were already over 3 hours, and I want you guys to be able to discuss it. So, most times I drop the link. I'm not dropping the link tonight, guys, because it's been a heavy, heavy day. But I will say this, and we're going to pray for each other and continue to pray for Mel and those babies. Pray for, if you got it in you, Martell. Honestly, pray for him. to realize the damage that he's doing and for him to get some help. And pray that he keep that chick away from his kids. Do that on your time. You got week on, week off. She ain't going nowhere. She been there for 10 years. So while you with your kids, quit using her for a babysitter. She not a babysitter. She don't have your kids' best interests at heart. She's talked about their hair. She talked about them several times. And you got her around your kids. I don't get it. So before I go into a whole different tangent, again, I thank each and every one of you. Shout out again to the new members. Shout out again to the content creators that's speaking about this. Let's make our voices be heard loud and clear. And I don't know if I could talk about it on a daily basis, but my floor and door is open again for anybody that want to discuss this. We absolutely can. As far as on a panel or however you guys want to discuss it. But that's it for me. We at 2 hours. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to you all's comments. I wasn't even looking to a lot of them. When Paris tries something, Mariah, you sound like a Pink Diva, child. Ooh, child. I don't want. I'm trying to read your name. This font is something else. I wonder how you do that. Carlos doesn't care what anyone thinks. I don't think so either. Charlotte said, married for 25 years, one child left home. They have two daughters. One will be graduating from college May 10th to be a traveling nurse. So very proud, but very sad that they are divorcing. Oh, and congratulations to the one that's graduating. So one of your daughters are getting a divorce. Oh, you must have had a different comment above, Charlotte, and I saw the end because it looks like that was okay. Your son and wife are getting a divorce. He left everything. He just took his clothes. Yeah. That's most times that's how they do it. I'm sure you are sad they're getting a divorce. Most times we can see though there are reasons. So support the both of them. If your relationship is still okay with the daughter-in-law, some situations don't have to end because marriages end. Some do, but especially grandkids involved in all of that. I would think that it should be a relationship that can go on. We even know Miss Van tried to go on with Martell, still support him, all of that. Um, Mama Holt was sad initially from what I saw, but then then she just started taking up for her boy. Her boy. So it is what it is. But I love you guys. Awesome, awesome live as far as the comments that I'm looking at, but a tough, tough discussion. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Give me 1 second. My throat would get dry at the end. Hold on, guys. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And yeah, I'll be chatting with you guys soon. I will schedule a live, so make sure. Oh no, I can't go at 2 p.m. because Aunt Debbie may still be live. 3 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Central. So I'll schedule that now. For any cutie crew members, maybe yeah, it'll have to be behind the walls because I don't want you guys to be freeing yourself and it's out in public. So but prayers going up, excuse me, for each and every one of you, each and every one of you. I don't want, oh, okay, I don't want a user's name. Okay. Thank you, because that cursive font, child, I'm sitting over here squinching my eyes like, oh, what is that? I saw in the comments someone said that AC lived in her apartment building, and that's Martell dropped her and his son off this morning. AC live in who apartment building? I saw in the comments someone said that AC live in her apartment building and that Martell had dropped her and his son off this morning. What does that mean? He took her home? I don't know. Um, Orleski. I don't know. I don't know. Um, okay, guys. Again, I'm out of here. We are at 2 minutes. Have a great night. Shout out to the replay gang yang. Shout out to those that have watched from the bushes. And also, if you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. And I will chat with you guys soon.
Chit
Bye.
chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.